Dark side of the peninsula. Don't touch my privates.
While I agree that was a solid back-to-back joke, you can't get his attention that way. Observe. North Koreans drop common loot when they're defeated. Of course, you capitalists to the south would believe that. We have the best soldiers, the best weapons, and we are the most powerful nation on earth. The communist education system at work.
You're up, Uncle Sam. That entire interaction was a little strange. So you have something that belongs to me, North Korea. He defected, and now he is under my protection. What, are you afraid I'm going to learn better ways to kill you? You have a Cav Scout private who just spent 50 days in the clink. What are you going to learn, how to PMCS a Bradley? He has a clearance. Oh, be still my heart. You might accidentally learn the max effective range on a tow missile. Hang on. Ray, I need a new tow. Now, when you say new, do you mean like new paint job, ghost flames, or you wanted to do some crazy shit? Yes. All right. Give me a week. I'll bill you. You always do. So back to the job at hand. You going to give him back anytime soon? How about you come and get him? I don't think a country that still uses MiG-15s in 2023 is in a position to dare me to do something. If I showed up, it would be nothing but one enormous war crime. Ooh, did somebody say war crime? Can the world just chill out? I got my own thing going on over here with Maui right now. Perhaps you've forgotten that Africa is still on the cusp of World War III. Well, kind of. Mostly it was a whole lot of posturing. Two countries said they were going to fight France, then I said I was going to back up France, and suddenly they don't want to answer the phone anymore. I was more referring to the correlation between a young woman in 1955 who decided to sit on a bus, and due to the color of her skin, she wasn't supposed to sit on that area of the bus, and a man in 2023 who decided it was a great idea to mollywop motherfuckers with a chair, both of which happened in Montgomery, Alabama. God bless Alabama. Didn't you have two pilots in Michigan crash an airplane today? Pause on that one. It was a MiG-23, so didn't you design the aircraft they were flying? It's just the incapability of your pilots. Oh yeah, didn't you say you seized a cargo ship by shooting at it, flying over top of it with a helicopter, fast roping onto the deck, and then interrogating everybody on board the ship before deciding to let them go through to Ukraine? Except when the ship arrived in Ukraine this morning, all of the people on board said that didn't fucking happen. Those who can, do. Those who cannot, lie about it, and are Russian. Also, the USS Bataan is on its way over to the Strait of Hormuz. Kind of exciting times for anyone who's not Iranian. Your continued aggression will be met with force. Hey, Ukraine, I have some old air defense systems. Would you like to have them? Also, if you're upset about the accent, it literally sounds like Borat. I just spent about an hour and a half watching videos on it. Wow, Greece, I did not see this one coming. Yeah, how many you got? Between everything I'm sending you, you will have 100 firing units. All of them are Russian technology, so you shouldn't need any training. Does this mean you will be buying new systems from me to replace the old ones? No. For many reasons, we will terminate the contract and no longer work with you. Another one says fuck Russia. Another one says fuck Russia. Hey. Another one says fuck Russia. So you have sided with the corrupt neo-Nazis. Alright, fuck it. I'll tell him. You realize everybody who has over like a single digit IQ doesn't believe a fucking word you say anymore, right? I mean, really. You call somebody else a neo-Nazi while you're passing laws that happen to incarcerate people for being different. I swear, I've seen this episode somewhere before. France, what about you? Yes. It does seem very familiar. Let me ask my neighbor, Poland. It does seem familiar. Seems right on the tip of my... Hey, Ukraine. There it goes. Rocket heading up. Heading towards one of Jupiter's moons. Should be there by 2030, but I haven't quite figured out the whole faster-than-light travel. You see, Russia, are you taking notes? The rocket is supposed to leave the launch pad, not blow it up. You know I was the first one in space, right? No you weren't. Yes, I was. Do you not remember Sputnik that you were so scared of? No, that was the Soviet Union. Do you remember those guys? They used to exist, and then got into a Cold War with me, which they lost by default because they collapsed after they got into a production war with me and couldn't beat capitalism. Imagine that. Not realizing that I am a logistics business with a big hobby in warfare. You forget that when something falls apart, it can come back even better. Don't let the Confederate States hear you say that. Still pretty upset about that L we gave them. Listen, that is some people's heritage. Your heritage existed from 1861 to 1865. I don't know how many of your ancestors were born in 4 years, but probably not very many of them. America, I was actually going to... Hey, everybody. Look at the way that I free Kursk from Russian control. Very thoughtful. Very... Don't say it. For the love of God, if I hear that word one more time, I'm going to pretend that everybody touched my boats. Look at you over there in the west throwing your little tantrum because words hurt. Russia, do you know what I've been thinking about lately? Which of your 73 genders you identify as this week? That's fair. I can't deny someone low-hanging fruit, but I was thinking about how time changes people's perception of you. For example, in 2022, you were the second best military in the world. In 2023, you were the second best military in Ukraine. And now here in 2024, you're the second best military in Russia. Very funny. That's why people from your military are fleeing your country to come and fight for me because they understand my cause is just. Your poster boy for that statement happens to be somebody who served in my Air Force for 10 years and was on trial for having child explicit material and ran away before his court date. Real big flex there, buddy. You sure showed me. So have I told you yet this week that you're a fucking asshole? Still better than being a conscript in your military. I'm gonna tell him. Do not do that. He is hard enough to wrangle as it is. I'm not in the country. That's your problem. F-22. Put me in, coach. Tell me it's my time. I was just wondering how it felt to know that I've now taken out more pilots than you. Son of a... Easy, man. Be cool. They haven't hit that level of fuck around yet. I'm gonna go rogue, have their Air Force grounded by lunchtime. And just how in the hell am I supposed to explain the Mach 2 Bumblebee that just grounded the entire Russian Air Force? You cannot stop. Shut up. Doesn't concern you. Yes, it does. I can't believe I'm still playing nice. Shouldn't you be telling people you destroyed 15 out of the 2 Patriot systems I've sent over there or something? You can tell he's lying when his mouth is moving. Apart. All of it. Now, as I was saying, Operation Senior Surprise. January 16th, 1991, 7 B-52s took off from Barksdale Air Force Base, headed to Iraq. That's like on the other side of the planet. Son, if you don't shut the fuck up and let him finish the story. We were each outfitted with these new cruise missiles. They had a 1,000-pound payload. Each of us had a couple of them. Well, it was kind of cursed to begin with, because as soon as we lifted off, one of the... I'm gonna tell him. All right, Grandpa Buff, I gotta know. Why do they keep you around, and why are people afraid of you? I read that like 15 of you got shot down in one offensive in Vietnam. What's so special? Gather around, kids. I'm gonna teach you about Operation Senior Surprise. Senior Surprise. Probably what he finds in his pants every morning, am I right?
That could take him in the bunker he's parked in, Buff. Just
Say the word. It's fine. He just doesn't know that I started Desert Storm.
Wait, are you serious? Like, what part? All of it.
Now, as I was saying, Operation Senior Surprise. January 16th, 1991, 7 B-52s took off from Barksdale Air Force Base, headed to Iraq.
That's like on the other side of the planet. Son, if you don't shut the fuck up and let him finish the story.
We were each outfitted with these new cruise missiles. They had a 1,000-pound payload. Each of us had a couple of them. Well, it was kind of cursed to begin with, because as soon as we lifted off, one of the planes lost an engine. Luckily, I have 7 more.
All right, that's a flex.
Man, it is windy out here today.
I should tell him.
Should you tell me what?
There's a pretty upset North Korean 155 on that hill behind you.
You guys are messing with me. There's no way that's true. I made it all the way through World War II and nobody touched me. Everybody was too smart. I mean, look at me. I got 9 16-inch guns shooting 2,700-pound shells. Okay, I'm literally shooting explosive cars at people. If somebody were to mess with me, they would get hit with an entire car dealership.
North Korea, chill out. Chill out. Don't touch my boats. Look, it wasn't even 10 years ago. It is 1952. 8 years ago, the world learned you don't touch my fucking boats. And now Japan is working on something called anime. I think it's going to be huge.
All right, fine, I'll look. But I know for a fact that you guys are messing with me.
We are not scared of you, American boat. Fire!
You splintered my deck, you motherfucker! Well, congratulations, because you guys have just won an entire lifetime supply of spicy cars.
What?
The next breadline your stupid commie ass is going to stand in is going to be the magical one in the sky. I'll tell you what, while I'm aiming my guns for a full...
Hey, Hamas. How about you put on uniforms and come at me? Instead of hiding behind women and children and telling everybody I'm war criminal. How about no? Pardon me, but for a second here. I know we're all showing solidarity with Israel in this, but United States, did you just send a second carrier group in there? Yeah, I did. Oh, wait, do you think 2's not enough? I have like 9 more. No, I don't believe it's a problem per se, but I just want to know why you've sent 2 carriers towards an enemy that has no carriers and no aircraft aside from paragliders. Because overkill's underrated. Look, very recently, Iraq, Iran, and Syria decided that they were going to get froggy, so I decided to send two of the largest pee-pee slaps floating on the ocean right to their front door. Talk shit about me behind my back all you want to, but I will knock on your door and ask you what the fuck you want. These feels, it tastes like Article 5. No sovereign nation has attacked NATO. Therefore, not Article 5, it is individual organization. You are very, very slimy. You know, I gotta hand it to him, it's pretty ingenious. I can't be mad at the guy. He pumps a whole bunch of money into Hezbollah and Hamas, Hezbollah being his favorite child. Russia, you are breaching my airspace and headed towards the continental United States. You turn back or you deal with the consequences. I'm tired of all your chest beating with your wonder weapons. Let's see what you got. Very well. Kid, you're up. There's no hiding it now. Wheels up, time on target, 30 seconds. Just him? You don't want to send any additional air cover? Oh, I'm positive. A deal's a deal. All right, kid, show him what you're made of. Target locked. Fox 2. Birds away. Get back here. That's a war crime. He's close, switching to guns. And that. Ejecting won't save you from me. Yeah, that too. Holy Special Victims Unit. I'm pretty sure that last one should have put him on a registry. Hey, Uncle Sam, what the fuck did you build there, bud? Look, for years the bad guys have been telling the world what they supposedly had. It's not my fault they lied about it, and I built something to beat what they said they had. Mailed. I think I'm going to be sick. Grab his thing and twist it. What in the fuck just happened? I tried warning you that I made something out of pure, unfiltered hatred that runs off of fear. Is there no one else? It's weird. I suddenly find myself agreeing with American Congress not to give that to anyone. Would you intercept me? I'd intercept me. Russia, you are breaching my airspace and head... Would you look at that? Score. 3 Americans. You did what? My drones. I took out 3 Americans in Jordan. Aren't you proud of me? All of my forces in Syria. Move away from that area. Oh, this is bad. Do you have any idea how much you just fucked up? What are you talking about? You shoot at America all the time and they never do nothing. My God, we shoot down their drones, you fucking idiot. You see, America doesn't care when you shoot at their drones. They're just money to them. They don't care when you even shoot at their boats as long as you miss. But when you hurt their people... I need options, ordnance, and intel. I want to know who these guys are. I want to know everything about them. I want to know what language they speak. I want to know who their parents are, their kids, their brothers, their sisters, their aunts, their uncles. I need to know every person who's ever come into contact with them. I want to know who their hairdresser is. I need to know exactly where their feet are on this planet at any given time, and I need you to show me how we're going to deal with this situation so I can make a decision. Do you see what the fuck you just did? Let me put this in perspective for you. You remember when America pulled out of Afghanistan? Yes, it was a complete bumbling failure. Why are you highlighting that? Some things definitely went wrong for America in Afghanistan, but they also moved 130,000 people. Don't come into my airspace. I don't know how much clearer I have to be about it. Yeah, okay. Thanks for shooting it down there, bud. That wasn't the agreement, or next time you can cover your own skies. I'm sorry about the War of 1812. And we'll start moving Tim Horton's locations further south. See, how hard was that? Plus, I'm actually kind of glad you asked. The kid was getting stir crazy, and I understand loving your job, but then there's only 3 targets? It smells like bitch in this airspace. Then there's that. Whatever that is. I'm gonna tell the Air Force to lower his octane or something. I'm starting to feel like Russia might be right about you. You know, I want to make a reference to like a broken clock being right twice a day. However, the clock you're referencing has no numbers on it, so it's always fucking wrong. You know, I fucking told you there, bud, that they were a problem. Yes, I'm sure you're enjoying a wonderful Canadian size I told you so. We filed charges, we've contacted their government, just let the process take place.
This is weird. Am I the only one who noticed that it's incredibly quiet in the world? America, what are you up to?
Shut up, I'm busy right now. We'll play Cowboys and Terrorists tomorrow.
What in the world could be more important than you trying to stabilize another region?
My God, you really should do some research on people you're trying to kill. It's Super Bowl Sunday.
What is Super Bowl? You mean like those plastic toilets they use in Afghanistan?
No, I don't.
It's the largest American football game of the year. It's quite literally a holiday to them. So you're telling me their guard is down and they're not paying attention to everything in the world? Not that you're going to listen, but I would highly recommend you don't fucking do that. No one has ever fucked with the American Super Bowl. Think about it like this. It's like the World Cup, but for Americans with a lot more firepower, food, alcohol, and they're probably going to have a flyover of more combat aircraft than you have in your entire military. Plus, I'm not a sports fan, so he left me in charge of you while he's busy. Why in the fuck would he leave that thing in charge? Okay, commercial. What is the one surefire way to make sure you don't do anything stupid? Is to put the one thing that the entire world is afraid of in charge of you while I'm gone. The kid is under strict orders not to do anything unless you do something stupid. Please. I'm begging you with tears in my eyes. Fuck around. This is weird.
If you Houthi rebel don't cut your shit, I'm gonna make your whole country look like the surface of the fucking moon.
Yemen, a word of advice. Don't touch the boats.
Or what? They are the aggressors, not me here. Yes, those aggressive transport ships that are in international waters just passing through. Motherfucker, you haven't seen aggressive. Aggressive is when you can take pictures of the shadows on your city streets 80 years later. As if the world wasn't fucked enough. India, you've now hired somebody to kill someone on American soil? Do you understand how fucking stupid that is? Well, another lie from the West. I'm starting to feel like Russia might be right about you. You know, I want to make a reference to like a broken clock being right twice a day. However, the clock you're referencing has no numbers on it, so it's always fucking wrong. You know, I fucking told you there, bud, that they were a problem. Yes, I'm sure you're enjoying a wonderful Canadian size I told you so. We've filed charges, we've contacted their government, just let the process take place. Oh, come on there, bud, take off the kid gloves. They fucked a boot, no fine. Oh, I know. In due time. India. You've reached Jonathan. How may I direct your call? Oh, don't give me that bullshit. I know your name ain't Jonathan. You're the poster child for overpopulation. Why don't you go play some hockey? Oh, I know you didn't just talk shit about our national pastime there, bud. Get the gooses. If you... Just a heads up, Uncle Sam. The Ruskies have stepped up their attacks recently. Have you started to figure out you're going to lose yet? No, considering that in the last month you've lost 4 digits worth of armored vehicles, and every attack has been repelled since you took Bakhmut, which, by the way, took you, a year and some change and provided 0 strategic advantage? Good job. I will admit, you have a lot of shit missiles that you throw in the air. So, Uncle Sam, if you got any ideas on how to get me some more surface-to-air, I would be very appreciative. Oh yeah, don't worry. I got some Franken-Sams coming your way. They should be able to cover some capability gaps. What the fuck is a Franken-Sam? Well, see, I'm like a hoarder of military equipment, and it's getting pretty hard to get new funding for new shit, but I have a ton of old shit, and your shit, and their shit, and everybody's shit, so I started piecing things together because why not? Like sticking Sea Sparrows on board one of your launchers covers Caliber cruise missiles for them, or sticking Sidewinder missiles on board of pretty much everything. We did this back in the 1970s with the Chaparral. Works out really, really well and can't be jammed by anything, so, thermal guidance there. And then, let me see, what else have we done? So let me get this straight. You're piecing together surface-to-air missile systems with just random things you've held on to for the last 100 years. Yeah. Everyone's always afraid to attack me, so my shit either ends up in a stockpile or in a museum. And then at any given time, I can pull it out of the museum. Ooh, Hawk! I brought back the Hawk missile system. Those will be going up, man. I got a lot of those missiles. If the enemy was just better at destroying it, I wouldn't have all this extra shit. But at this rate, the only thing that is not going to be in museums is my Reaper drones. Keep on losing them things. Off topic here, but are you still going to negotiate the ceasefire? I'll do what I can, man, but how about you tell your homeboys Hamas to stop hiding behind women and children and come out and face the music and fight? And exactly how do you expect them to do that? They're underlining everything they see over there. My God! It's like everybody in the world forgot how a war is fought. You know what, I'm going to back off on this one. Buff, the floor is yours. Alright, listen up. Your first mistake is thinking that it's anything about the moral high ground. It comes down to eliminating more of them than they do of you. This includes their entire population. More people were killed on mainland Japan in World War II by napalm than both atomic bombs combined. People tend to forget that fact.
United Kingdom, how many civilians did you lose in the London Blitz? Over 40,000. My God, he's right. Nanking, the Bataan Death March, hell, even the Battle of Stalingrad. They're perfect examples of human extermination against one another. Neither side of this conflict have the moral high ground, just like with every war that has ever existed. The end state goal remains the same: elimination or surrender.
That's about all you need to know. You know, comrade, I gotta hand it to you. You have shot down 100% of my stealth aircraft you've ever detected in your airspace.
Wait, you've never flown in my airspace.
You know, I understand there's a language barrier, but can we explain this joke, please? Go ahead. We're stealth as fuck, boy! No one here but us hummingbirds pulling Mach 1.6. The stealthy U.S. crater maker. That's me. Pretty hard to get new funding for new shit, but I have a ton of old shit, and your shit, and their shit, and everybody's shit, so I started piecing things together because why not? Like sticking Sea Sparrows on board one of your launchers covers caliber cruise missiles for them, or sticking Sidewinder missiles on board of pretty much everything. We did this back in the 1970s with the Chaparral. Works out really, really well and can't be jammed by anything, so, you know, thermal guidance there. And then let me see, what else have we done? So let me get this straight. You're piecing together surface-to-air missile systems with just random things you've held on to for the last 100 years. Yeah. Everyone's always afraid to attack me, so my shit either ends up in a stockpile or in a museum. And then at any given time, I can pull it out of the museum. Ooh, Hawk! I brought back the Hawk missile system. Those will be going up. Man, I got a lot of those missiles. You know, comrade, I gotta hand it to you. You have shot... Israel, are you doing all right? You need to relax. You know, I don't get it. I'm going to fuck them up. Come on, guys. We can all be civil. Everyone can be chill. Don't worry about a thing. Oh, God. I don't think anybody's told him. You know they have Americans hostage, right? Hold on a second. For a second there, I could have swore that I just heard that Hamas wants to get repeatedly punched in the throat until they shit themselves. Oh dear. Look, Hamas, if you're going to listen to reason, I would encourage you to stop this and give the Americans back, because between Israel and the United States, the Gaza Strip is about to be a war crime sandwich. Yeah, you're going to give them back one way or another. Huh. And what if I say no? That's cute. Oh, you thought I was asking. See, I don't negotiate with the likes of you. I'm going to let you know how this is going to go down there high speed. So right now there's a giant boat surrounded by other boats that are all very upset. And it's called the Gerald R. Ford, and it's headed your way at full speed. And there's a bunch of really upset people who are inside those boats who happen to have more gear on them than you have ever spent on anything. And these people have also trained for years on how to get hostages back through extreme violence. So you're going to give them back, whether you like it or not.
Man, I've been on this Tinder thing for a solid 10 minutes, and I've matched with Poland 25 times.
Okay, no pressure. This is exactly what we've been waiting for. Do not want to seem too eager. So, we're going to wait for him to make the first move.
What kind of pickup line should I use?
Listen, kid, I've been around the block a few times, so a pickup line isn't gonna make you stand out with all these other dudes that are probably talking to them. So I would go with a poem. An example would be like, roses are red, violets are blue. My Bombay is packed with love for you.
But Grandpa Buff, I don't have Bombays.
It's an example, kid. Jeez. You don't have an intercept either, but you never stop talking about it. Hell, even I shot down a MiG.
Ow, Grandpa. That hurts.
Damn it, kid, stop using Tinder. You're not matching with Poland, you're not going to Poland.
Oh, sad raptor noises.
Kid, don't let him get your spirits down. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Remember, to be...
And tear down that pier that I built going into Gaza. Sounds like mission complete.
What are you talking about? It fell apart 3 times and hasn't really done much for us.
I said mission complete. All right, everybody stay in your homes. Do not come back out. These protests need to stop right now. Whoa. What is going on over there? We have passed a law that 30% of all government jobs have been reserved for people who fought in our War of Independence against Pakistan in 1971. Wow.
Bangladesh is a country. I had no idea. Australia, did you know this? No, yeah, mate, we definitely did. You know, this is why everybody in the world makes fun of your education system, right? And our protests have gotten so violent that we have shut off all internet in or out of Bangladesh, as well as giving shoot-on-sight authority to the army. Whoa, wait! That's an option?
Yes, it's an option, America. It worked perfectly fine for me in 1989. Or you could do like me, America. If someone is about to protest, they can never protest again.
Never thought I'd say this.
Hey, B2, wonderful work. I saw that new